Welcome to PrognoCIS EMR. Medical fraternity is facing new challenges every day since the onset of this worldwide pandemic. However, one of the greatest challenges for healthcare providers is finding the right telemedicine application that is easy to handle, maintains utmost privacy, and can be configured as per the needs of the provider as well as the patient. Well, PrognoCIS is here with a solution. In this video, we will have a look at some of the most amazing features of ProgVC, that is, Prognosis Video Conferencing, a state-of-the-art telemedicine application for prognosis users. ProgVC is a browser-based video meeting solution. Once it is configured, a provider can book the telemedicine appointment from the appointment schedule pop-up. Once the appointment is scheduled, the patient gets a confirmation email with the video meeting link. On clicking the link, the patient is landed on the login page of ProgVC. After entering basic details such as the first and last name, date of birth, the patient can click on Continue. Then, depending on the workflow set by the clinic, the patient is navigated to filling in the patient form. Patient then needs to sign a consent form. Consent form needs to be signed only once during the first telemed call. Here, the clinic can decide if the patient can make the payment before or after the call. This can be customized. By default, the option to pay before joining the call is provided. In case the provider wants to give an option to the patient to pay after the call, the provider can check the Pay After Visit checkbox on the Encounter Type master screen. The patient is then navigated to the payment screen. In case the clinic has opted for the patient to have the option to pay later, the patient can click on the Pay Later button and continue. After clicking the Pay Later button, the patient is navigated to the Join Meeting screen. By default, the audio and video for the patient are turned off. If the patient is using ProgVC Telemed application for the first time, then it is important and necessary to give appropriate access rights to their browser by clicking on the Allow button shown on the pop-up as you can see here. Once the Allow button is clicked and the appropriate access rights have been given to the browser, the patient can join the meeting using both a microphone and a camera. When the patient joins the video meeting, he or she is added to the waiting room and a message is displayed on the top left corner of the screen. When the provider clicks on the telemed icon, the third pane is invoked. By default, the audio and video for the provider are turned off. If the provider is using ProgVC Telemed application for the first time, then it is important and necessary to give appropriate access rights to their browser by clicking on the Allow button shown on the pop-up as you can see here. Once the Allow button is clicked and the appropriate access rights have been given to the browser, the provider can join the meeting using both a microphone and a camera. On clicking the three-dotted button, the provider can see more options like participants, screen sharing, invite patient and call settings. On clicking the participants option, the provider can share the meeting link with the patient by clicking on the share meeting link with patient icon on the bottom right corner of the screen. To invite the in-clinic users, the provider can click on the Invite button next to the Share Meeting link with patient icon. The in-clinic users receive a message in their inbox. They can join the meeting by clicking on the Join Meeting button. The provider can also share the meeting link with the patient from the Invite Patient option by clicking on the Send Meeting link. The provider can share the screen using the screen sharing option and can change the call settings if necessary by clicking on the call settings option. In case for some reason the provider needs to move out of the ongoing video meeting screen, Then, an alert is displayed on the third pane video meeting for the provider with three options. Option 1, continue the meeting in a new window. Option 2, put the meeting on hold. And option 3, leave the meeting. Click on the Switch to New Window icon to expand the third pane. Consider a scenario where the present encounter takes longer than expected and it's already time to see the next patient. In such cases, the provider can put the first meeting on hold, join the other call to inform the other patient regarding the delay in seeing them, and can join the first meeting back to complete the encounter. Isn't it convenient? So, this feature gives access of complete prognosis EMR to the provider while attending a patient on a video call and is user friendly for patients as well. Because with prognosis, you don't just face the challenges, you ace them. Thank you for watching the video. Please reach out to us if you have further questions.